I was going to ask you which team is in the most trouble and concerns you. Then I guess maybe I have my answer in the Utah Jazz. Even though Donovan Mitchell didn't play in Game 1, we did hear that he was pissed about not playing in Game 1, and that and he's going to be back for Game 2. Would you say the Jazz are the team that concerns you the most, or you want to throw somebody else in that mix, Kendrick Perkins?
Well, you know what? I'm going to say this about the Utah Jazz, right? I know they have the best record in the league, but to be honest, a lot of people don't have them winning the championship, right? We wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the finals because the West is wide open. So, to be honest, I mean, unless you're a Jazz fan and Memphis beat them, I mean, it would be an upset because it's a 1-8 seed, but nobody would really be shocked, and not me personally. I think right now the team that's that's in trouble is the Los Angeles Clippers, and I say that because when I watch the way that the Dallas Mavericks are playing against them, they playing with a chip on their shoulder, and it was instigated by the Clippers towards the end of the season. Well, it actually started in the bubble last year, but it didn't. It carried on because the Clippers lost their last 2 games to face the Dallas Mavericks in the first round. And the way that the Dallas Mavericks came out in Game 1, talking noise, swagged up in the Staples Center, and the way that they beat them, I'm looking at it like the Clippers have got their hands full. They got to be really, really careful. And they better come out in this game, too, like it's a Game 7, like it's no tomorrow. Because if they lose this game tonight, Dallas is going to win this series.
What ails the Clippers? What is up with that? I mean, I know they were up 3-1 in the bubble last year before it all caved in again. Kawhi, does he have that chip? It doesn't seem like he does have that chip, although you never see a chip. He's won 2 chips. But they're waiting to see it here in Los Angeles, certainly with the Lakers having won last year. What do you think is up with the Clippers? What's missing?
You know what? To me, you know how they could say sometimes having too much could hurt you? And I feel like that's what's happening with the Clippers right now. They have too much. Like, you only could play 8 or 9 guys. And when you look at their depth, and they kept adding pieces, it's like, who you going to play? Are you going to play Reggie Jackson, or you going to play Rondo, or you going to play Patrick Beverly? Are you going to play Nicholas Batum, or you going to give majority of the minutes to Marcus Morris? Probably Marcus Morris, because you just gave him a big payday, right? Who's going to be your 2 bigs out of the 3 bigs you got? Is it going to be Zubac and Ibaka? Or is it going to be Big Cousin Stone in the mix somewhere? Like, it's just too much that I feel like Ty Lue have to deal with. And then on top of that, I don't think Kawhi is healthy, right? He's battling through nicks and bruises. And then on top of that, where's Paul George, right? Paul George came out. He said, hey, people are going to pay this year. People go pay. I'm coming out. He came out early in the regular season as usual, but now this is the time where it matters the most. And again, Paul George, shine away from the moment. And when I say shine away from the moment, I like if Paul George don't score 30 points, I'm okay with that. But Paul George is also labeled as the elite defender. And when you have a guy that's 6'7", 6'8", like Luka, who has the ball in his hands, I'm expecting Paul George to step up to the plate and say, I got him. That's what I'm expecting. But I'm not seeing that. So I'm like, okay, sooner or later something got to give with the Clippers because it ain't the coaching, right? You get rid of Doc Rivers and you hire Ty Lue. Ty Lue is a protege of Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers raised Ty Lue in the coaching game. So it ain't the coaching. It's the fight. Like, nobody's going to back down from you guys. Nobody cared that Kawhi Leonard dunked on Cleveland and y'all went stood over him and yelled and stared them down. Like, nobody gives a damn. The Dallas Mavericks don't. They still beat y'all. And you know what Cleveland said? He said, guess what? I get dunked on 100 times. I'm going to challenge every shot. And that showed me that this Dallas Maverick team is about that life. They want that smoke. They're not afraid of embarrassment. So the Clippers got to be careful, man.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.